I love how they made it so like the guy who's firing the gun turret doesn't even press the trigger when he's firing inside, like, you know how you can see inside the Jeep? There's this guy in it, and he's looking through the periscope and firing, right? But he's not pressing any buttons. He's got his hand on a trigger, but he's just like, nah, I don't get paid to press that. That's for show. We took those out in Nom. Hello guys, my name is Nozaki, and fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. You guys probably thought that I wouldn't actually upload this game today, but haha, I got you there, I actually did. See, I got you guys thinking last time, and then this time, my actions are they're never congruent. That's just how I roll. But in other news, I actually found out what was up with that weird obliteration game that I played. Yeah, apparently DICE somehow made it infantry only for like a day, and then they freaked out because they figured out that's what happened. There was also a bunch of other weird glitches that were going on with that game mode, but that just further confirms my point that you will never see that game ever again. So there you go. But as far as this game goes, what I like to do on this map, Siege of Shanghai, at least on Rush, is I like to flank this right side as I hip fire down this gentleman right here, but I didn't quite see that other gentleman over there. I don't know how this kill got counted as kill in action, but hold the phone, calzone, I get revived. And it was very wonderful, this game, because I was running around with a lot of buddies of mine. You'll recognize Stealth, and I was also playing with Blitzfire Pete. And you'll also notice some players from yesterday's game as well. This game was actually in the same play session as that one, and it was just sort of weird. And I get Yoshi over there. That's another one of my buddies I like to play with. I don't know why he was on the enemy team, and then I saw this guy back in their spawn, and I have no idea what he was doing, but right here, I was not expecting that gentleman to be there, and he headshots me with the Type 88. I don't think he would have won that engagement otherwise, and unfortunately, I do not get revived there, but obviously, I was just being silly and running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I was watching my minimap, and I obviously should have been paying attention to what was in front of me, and try to get cheeky with some C4 there, but that doesn't exactly work. But okay. At this point in time, I definitely want to say that Siege of Shanghai, I think as far as Rush goes, it might just be the worst Rush map in the game. Feel free to disagree with me, but I'm using the MG4, which it's so good, but what happens in this game is just so awful. Oh god, it's just awful, but these guys weren't exactly on top of their game as I get this gentleman and then this gentleman over here, and that's not even remotely accurate fire. That's just me shooting people in the back, and then I made a big mistake. You see that guy over there? I tried to get him with a nade. I don't even know what I was doing, and then the tank somehow tank shells me. I guess he got splash damage on me, but hold the phone, calzone. Yet again, I get revived. That's just one of the joys of having at least one player in your squad ring around as assault, and obviously I was partied up with these guys, and I was saying into the mic, you know, yeah, I died, and then,
I'm hurt. I need a medic.
I mean, then you just ask and then you get revived, and speaking of asking and getting revived, I just remember this instance, because, like, I was begging for ammo, and then, like, well, not ammo, I was begging for medic, and then as soon as I you know, asked for it in the chat there, obviously, instantly my teammates like stopped whatever it was they were doing and they just came back and they threw me ammo. But the second base on Siege of Shanghai, my tactic is essentially just the same as the first, which is, at least on console, there isn't a high enough player count for there to be a saturation of players here on the right side. So you just flank them on the right side, and then I was gonna go back and C4 the tank there. I was trying to flank the wide ray around because it looked like, on the minimap, you know, the tank barrel's pointing forward, but Blitzfire Pete picked that up for me, and then I came up here onto this rooftop, and this was just sort of weird, because I was expecting there to be, you know, some sort of population of enemies. Obviously, I flanked around the backside. I was at least expecting to shoot some enemies in the back, but there was, like, nobody, and then I get hit by that explosive, and then I cut off the angle with that gentleman right there after I suppressed him, and I instantly knew if there's the one guy up on the roof, there's going to be some buddies coming along. And then I sort of saw that guy around the corner, and then I get him with a hip fire. He obviously, I don't think he was expecting me to be right there. Rudolph the Red-Nose. He was very annoying this game, but... And he has the worst clan tag, too. His clan tag was Xmas, but... Okay, I get this gentleman over here, which is the one piece, and then I get Yoshi for the 2-piece, and then I get my biscuit with Regretful Prism 0. That's... I don't get some of these people's names, like, ever. I know that's sort of the inherent thing of playing on Xbox Live. People have goofy gamer tags, but okay. Obviously, you saw that gentleman up on the roof, so obviously I want to get in the elevator and go up there and shoot him in the back, because why would I not flank the enemy team? And then I came up here, and I was, again, I'm expecting there to be some sort of enemy presence, and then, like, there isn't. That gentleman was clearly on this roof over here a while ago, and yet now he's not. What is that? I don't even know. And then somebody, or maybe it's Dice, but somebody dropped the base on that tower, and then I thought I'd get cheeky and I'd drop C4 down, and then look at this guy. Look at this overwhelming accuracy. Get counter knifed as I don't even know what that's sort of netcode lag, whatever you want to call it, but that happens to me all too often. I'll knife people, and then what shows up on my screen and what's actually happening in the server, they just don't add up together. Sometimes it just genuinely doesn't make sense. And then it took me a second here. I didn't realize that there was a guy there. It's Yoshi yet again. God, I had no idea that I killed him that much this game. I mean, jeez. And then I get this gentleman over here with the MG4, and that's one of those instances. Yes, he was standing still, but I can't have killed this many people with the MG4 and then not talk about the MG4. Like, okay, let me start off at the top. It's got 200 rounds, a fast fire rate, at least for an LMG, of 800 rounds per minute, decently accurate, low recoil, and then it's just so cash. And then look at this, I just melt this guy. I'm not even that quick to react in that engagement, and then that guy just gets dunked on. And then this gentleman behind the counter, like, that's not even overwhelming accuracy, but they just get blown away. But right there, as, yes, Rudolph the Red-Nosed, Mr. Xmas, whatever you want to call him, he sort of gets his hairy revenge for me insulting his name. That's one of those ones right there where I can't really blame the MG4, because it's an LMG, you know, it has moderately adequate hip fire at best. And then I get this gentleman in their spawn again. It's Silver Thunder 9, if you remember him from yesterday's video. Jeez. But I guess the MG4 has to have some sort of drawback, and its hip fire can definitely be counted as one. Not to say that it's bad, but for an LMG, it's not bad, but LMGs just in general have bad hip fire. And then, okay, as you can see, I was having some party difficulty, and then I hip fire this gentleman down, and then I have to aim down sights to get the second gentleman, and there is no 3-piece, and that just makes me sad. Like, to get doubles and then not get my triples, it's like when you go to a fast food place and you order something and then they get your order wrong. It's very, very disheartening. And then you can see him checking my back right here, but it's all for naught, dude. It's all for naught, because wait for it, check my back one more time. Don't look away! Don't look away! Oh my god, that's just horrible timing. Rudolph the Red-Nosed gets me for the second time, so I guess he sort of, I insulted his name, and then he took it personally, and then with his vendetta, he slaughtered me. But okay, at this point in time, I figured there are now 18 tickets left, and they're quickly dwindling. I should probably go play the objective, right? So then I try to run over. Well, obviously these two objectives are underground, and that's what makes them a giant struggle fest. I think that all of the objectives, at least on Siege of Shanghai, are genuinely awful. And then this tank is probably more genuinely awful than all of Siege of Shanghai. I don't know how you don't see the support player behind you, but with 12 tickets left, I finally make my way down here, and then I don't want to just purely blame this on Dice that this is bad map design, but literally Siege of Shanghai, the second base on Rush, it literally just turns into, there are 12 of us all sitting in nooks and crannies and corners, and in fact I think 12 might be a small number, but literally it just turns into there are just too many people, I can't kill them all and safely get a plant off. They just overwhelm you, and it's too choke pointy as I get this gentleman right here, and then my aim was just a little bit behind that gentleman, and then that's clearly kill cam glitch, lack of registration, whatever you want to call it. But to finish that point, I can easily say that Siege of Shanghai is, I think it's the toughest rush map because I think it's an awful rush map. I know I showed you guys a game on it, but I just absolutely do not think, no matter what you do on pretty much any of the bases, you can slaughter hundreds of them and then go try and plant yourself, and then you'll just get shot in the back. But I hope you guys will tolerate my horrible map. I didn't really choose the map, so give me a break on that, guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I know this was a rather short video, but stuff. So with that, I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.